Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Becca with House of Lenormand. Today is Friday, November 22nd, 2019, and I'm trying to go through and plow through some videos because I've been out of the loop this last week. A lot of travel and stuff and really busy at work. So I wanted to say hello and welcome to all of the new subscribers. Wanted to let you guys know I posted it in the last video. That I am starting to do personal readings. Please email me at houseoflenormandreadings.com@gmail.com. I'll post a link to it below so that you can inquire about pricing and how I do videos or do the readings. What I have done is do them on Skype, so that it's live. We can interact and we can talk, and it will also give you the option to record so that you can review it and bring it up whenever you need to. So I just got done reading on DJT and Bolton for the month of December, and based on those readings, it says that he will speak and it's going to change everything. This double line of 7 that I've done here is to see what he's going to have to say. So let's go ahead and go through that together. We have the tree, the tower, the garden, letter, whip, book, and snake. And then down here we're seeing the ring, the stars, the dog, the what is this, mountain, mice, writer, and child. There's something going on here with the hospital. I'm not sure what this is about. There's a hospital, a public hospital, or something around with a hospital that comes to the public, and there's some sort of a notice or a report, some sort of a document. This could be a report, a letter, a newspaper. I'm not quite sure, but there's criticism around a book for lies. So he may get some public backlash in regards to him delivering a book and not going to speak to Congress, because this is public office here. But there's something weird going on here with the hospital as well. Down here we're seeing a contract or an agreement, perhaps something to do here with a tech company or a media company here. This right here is social media. So there could be something around social media and quite also possibly a news station here, some sort of an agreement that this person has. This is a lifelong friend. Perhaps this could be in regards to the little goblin that's been all over the media, blah, blah, blah. I'm still investigating, whatever. This person is experiencing some sort of a delay or a block. And there's news coming in about that contract that this person had, either with social media or a tech company, and news that's coming forward about corruption, and then news about a child as well. Central to the reading, we can see that there is some sort of document that is blocked or delayed. So this could be a report, a legal notice because of these two. Legal documents. With this mirroring or this knighting over here, this could be an email that is blocked. Perhaps his access to social media has been blocked. And like I said in my previous reading, he just came on Twitter again, and he was saying that the White House blocked his access to his own personal account on Twitter. So I don't know what that's about. But this could be a written document, perhaps an email, some sort of a legal notice that's being blocked or delayed. We're also seeing here, because of this could be the book that's being delivered that he wrote, but this could also be in regards to secrets that he's delivering news about. We're seeing chronic corruption, a pattern of corruption, chronic stress, but this is more than likely some sort of chronic corruption around advisors here, because this right here is a lawyer. And this person may have to be litigating, but there's some sort of a delay going on here. And then there's chronic corruption. He may be delivering news in regards to a child in the family and a false agreement that that person has. Back here, we're also seeing if this is policy because of this policy that was written, and then the abandonment of a lifelong friend here. So this could be something in regards to perhaps Syria. Also could be in regards to policy that is written, even though we're not seeing the ship here. I can't exactly say foreign policy, but perhaps legal policy that's being written that led to the abandonment of this lifelong friend here, and how these people are having to fight now. This lifelong friend is having to fight, and there's perhaps new conflict here. Because we've been separated, removed, delayed, blocked. Okay, so he may be bringing in news about chronic corruption within the administration, and perhaps how policy was written or changed, or just written in regards to something that happened in Syria, abandoning a friend here and leaving them open to conflict without any help. And the arrangements that were made around that to contract with a country. This may be something around Israel as well. If this is an institution, it's represented by the stars. So there may be something going on here with Israel. I'm not sure what that would be about. There is a commitment or a contract here that has to do with health and your legacy. And I think this has come up a lot in previous readings, and I think it came up when Yoda and I did our last live, that it's looking like, I mean, I don't mean to get all conspiratorial, but it makes absolute sense to me in my mind that DJT does not want the stain of impeachment on his record, so perhaps he's looking for a way out through the 25th Amendment, because this here is a hospital. There's a legal notice, and then there's something going on here with a contract for health through that legal notice. So perhaps perhaps his strategy is going to be to exit via the 25th Amendment, so that he doesn't get that stain, he doesn't have to stand trial, whatever. The guy's a con. We all know that. And, you know, we do know that he went to the hospital. Yoda and I did the reading Friday, and we got health and something really important coming up with the hospital. And then he was in the hospital the next day, which threw everybody off. And then he just did a rally, I believe in Texas, and he had his doctor with him. This is a doctor. This is a hospital. And here we have a legal notice, contract for health. The ring is the number 25. There may be, if and when Bolton comes forward, they may already have the exit strategy of getting him out on the 25th Amendment, so he doesn't get stained with that on him. And just like he did with Vietnam, bone spurs, this time it'll be his heart. But it looks like Bolton is going to come forward with news and information in regards to chronic corruption, a pattern of corruption, and how policy has been written, and criticizing that policy because of its betrayal, that the policies that are being done in secret, the chronic corruption, the pattern of corruption that's being done in secret is a betrayal. And there's a false agreement here. So if the false agreement is in regards to the exit strategy of the 25th Amendment, so that he can kind of try to leave unscathed, that may come when this guy speaks up. Because he's looking like he's going to expose, he may have very harsh criticism in regards to foreign policy, something to do with Israel, something to do with Syria here, and the abandonment and leaving those people behind and moving away here. And then there's new conflict. because of the chronic corruption that DJT is doing to basically writing policy to enrich himself and his family, which that has come up in reading after reading after reading. And I don't think we need cards to figure that out, because it's kind of like, it's pretty dang obvious. There's a notice or a document here that he's being blocked from, but then it gets delivered here. So it looks like it clears up, and he's able to bring in news about the chronic corruption policy that was written in regards to Syria, policy that perhaps was written in regards to quite possibly Israel. Also, Rudy Giuliani here, something to do with the 25th Amendment, social media, a tech company here, perhaps a news station here around this person. And this person's going to have to fight. They're blocked, but they're going to have to fight because there's chronic corruption here for this person. And this person looks like they are a lawyer. So this could be Giuliani. This could also be in reference to our allies in Syria and how we abandoned them, because this is a doctor and it's also a lifelong friend. Hospital, doctor, lifelong friend, social media, tech company, a contract with all that stuff that's going on back there. Social media, tech company, Israel, a media station, 25th Amendment. And then over here, there's a pattern of corruption, chronic corruption, perhaps criticizing a book for falsehoods or lying. This is the book that's being delivered, and it's a new book. So he may be getting a lot of criticism for that, but it looks like what he brings forward, it's going to be bad. And he may also say something about how perhaps documents or other legal correspondence has been blocked and delayed, obstructed. So we'll have to see how that plays out, because based on the last reading, it says that he does come forward and speak, and it changes everything. And it looks like what it changes is what he knows that took place in regards to foreign policy, Syria, Israel, chronic corruption around one child here. So I don't know if this would be Kushner or Ivanka. I'm not seeing the moon here, so I can't say an institution or a government that's represented by the moon, which would be Turkey. Let me see. Hold on. Now, there's something also going on here with public corruption here. A pattern of chronic corruption in the public corruption, but it's a pattern of it. There's a document being delivered here, news being delivered, report being delivered. I don't know if this would be a record of a testimony. This is an email though, so perhaps he's been blocked from his emails, but that may come forward, even though here it looks like there's going to be problems getting it. And here, but then at night's over here to the writer. So he may be blocked from emails or other stuff that he was in the loop with in regards to foreign policy that was taking place around Syria, Israel. This child here has a legacy, or they may be tied to the administration somehow, but I'm having a hard time saying if this is Jared Kushner or could be Jared Kushner and policy that he's been delivering here, and he may be wrapped up in some public corruption and chronic corruption here, perhaps something to do with Israel, and Kushner being tied to Israel back here somewhere. We all know that Netanyahu just got busted for corruption and bribery and something else. this reading is not for Kushner, but it looks like an advisor to an institution that's represented by the stars here. And then as we move forward this way, it ends in the child, the writer right before it. This could quite possibly be Jared Kushner, an advisor to the White House and writing policy that he shouldn't have been written, or perhaps criticizing the policy that Kushner has been involved with Israel. I'm not seeing the lilies here, so I can't say MBS, but we do know that he was working very, 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 very closely with MBS. But there's something really weird going on here with the hospital and a doctor right there. And perhaps once this gets into motion, the exit strategy here may have to do with the 25th Amendment. And like I said, that just keeps coming up over and over and over and over again. Perhaps he may have gotten into a fight with Jared Kushner, or some sort of an argument with Jared Kushner. There's like some sort of a hospital in a public forum here, something online. This could be like an online forum, an email, perhaps writing to some sort of tech company here, writing to social media. This could also be in regards to I'm not seeing the lilies though. So I can't say Stephen Miller, but it's kind of like because this is like a publication. So this could be like an online forum, a publication, writing something online, emails, perhaps to a news media, emails to a tech company, because this is like a tech friend, a techie friend, a famous friend. There's a lot of stuff going on back here with media, social media, Israel, Giuliani. Interesting. Hospitals, doctor, a hospital and a doctor. There's a lot going on back here. But it looks like in that book he may be criticizing a new advisor, a small advisor, unless this is not literally a book. I mean, we do know that he's writing a book that's being delivered. This could also be in regards to Junior's book here, because we know he wrote a book. But it looks like what he may testify about is Syria, Israel, the children's involvement with writing policy, abandoning an ally, something with social media, a tech company. He's being blocked from his emails, but then there's like a report or something here that gets delivered. So there may be some fighting to get him access back to his stuff. There may be criticisms around Giuliani. But the news that he's bringing is not good. It is not good. It's going to cause a lot of problems. And that is what may lead to the hospital, the doctor, 25th Amendment here. Let me ask something. I'll be right back. Okay, so I wanted to get a little clear. Yes, no, and we'll see. So this question, this line of 3 here was to ask if DJT is working on an exit strategy using the 25th Amendment. We have the sun, which is positive, the mice, which is negative, the house, which is neutral. It's ending on a neutral card. It's saying that there's going to be some sort of light shown, perhaps with an illness in the family. His success is being eaten away by the house. His success is being eaten away perhaps by a family illness here. I asked for a clarifier and I got the writer and the heart. There's news coming in quite literally about his heart. So this could be saying yes, they're perhaps working on this. There's a team of people working on it, or a group of people working on it. It looks like, if this is in regards to health, his anxiety, stress, worry, corruption, erosion, something that's deteriorating, expiring. It could be that once the heat gets turned up, it's going to cause a significant amount of stress and anxiety and perhaps lead to an illness in the family. And then there's news coming in about his heart here. So we'll have to see, because this is saying maybe, because it ends on a neutral card, but it's also saying that the stress is the heat's going to get turned up the more that the house pursues this. Because here you have the house being very, very, very successful, and right in the center of it, we're seeing stress, anxiety, worry, something like an illness that eats away. And then here we're seeing news about his heart. So we'll have to see, because I don't trust that SOB at all. You know, he got out of Vietnam with bone spurs, and now he's probably going to try to get out of this one due to a heart condition. And it's quite interesting too, because on the grand tableau that Marie from Marie's Table had done, she sent it to me for review, and there was something significant going on, and I think we did touch on that in a live reading that I had done when we did the grand tableau extravaganza. I put hers up, and his health was coming in very strong, something around his heart, perhaps needing there's a block in his heart, perhaps requiring some sort of surgical procedure to open it up, like a bypass of some sort. And I think that came up also in a bunch of readings with my sister and I, because there's news coming in about his heart here. And if we read it this way, it's yes, perhaps an illness in the family due to a ridiculous amount of stress and anxiety. So, and then in this last reading that we just did, we had the whip and the mice. So that's a pattern of corruption or a pattern of anxiety or a repetitive illness, something that is slowly eating away at you. It's but it's chronic, so it kind of like it picks up speed. So perhaps that's, you know, the strategy of the stuff. If this gets way heated up, they may have this in their back pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up here. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.